of 10 cats. Don't hassle the Hoff, it's David Hasselhoff. Joker in the pack, it's Justin Moorhouse. And their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, Countdown Queen, it's Rachel Riley. He's a stand-up fella, it's Rob Beckett. And their team captain, John Richardson. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 33% of British men say they like their smartphone as much as they like sex? For me, they're similar, about 5 inches long, and they've seen more than their fair share of Angry Birds. Meerkats are able to recognise each other by voice alone. How do they manage it? Well, it's complicated. And 43% of people say they've made love in a car. I know I have. I'll tell you what, if my car could talk, I'd be David Hasselhoff. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panelist's job to guess the British public's top 3 most popular talking points. John's team, what do you think people have been talking about this week?
The most interesting one is John Travolta.
John Travolta?
You know, he gets a bit naked, asks for some favours.
This is the story that 2 people are suing him, claiming that he made inappropriate advances whilst having a massage.
Apparently, so they say, he asked for a happy finish, and then when the guy refused, he accused him of being selfish. A little hissy fit to have. Come on, wank me off. No. Selfish sod.
He said he's got a bill from a Chinese restaurant that night I think it was in New York, and they've even got what he had, which is cream of some young man.
8 out of 10 cats.
Should we just get the 70s on the phone and see if they need that back?
I reckon there's no way he's gay. He was probably out with Simon Cowell picking up birds.
I can't believe John Travolta's gay. I can't believe it. It's impossible to believe. He spent a lot of time in leather. He's great at dancing. Perfect teeth. He's an airline pilot. Hangs around with cabin crew. He's not gay.
I should say that John Travolta has denied these allegations. David, you must have met him. You're a Hollywood star. Come on, you must hang out together.
What is this show about? I thought it was an animal show. Yeah. I'm just wondering. It's 8 out of 10 cats.
Yeah, they bring him on in the interval. They'll sit down there.
If you've worked on Britain's Got Talent, I guess you've got used to not taking the title of a show too literally.
Well, that's not one of the most talked about things this week, but John Travolta has been accused of inappropriate behaviour whilst having a massage. It's been alleged that Travolta propositioned the man for sex. Well, that's not quite how he put it. He actually said, "Will you touch my rama-lama-lama, ka-diggity-ding-de-dong," before suggesting they move to the bedroom for some shoo-bop, shoo-waddy-waddy, ippity-boom-de-boom. Yeah. OK, Sean, what do you think the nation will be talking about this week?
Well, there's the Britain's Got Talent, which you used to do, didn't you? You did it over here, didn't you?
I did it over here.
Britain's Got Talent's mainly made here, Sean.
You know what I meant, bloody Mr. Logic.
Yeah? What's the American one called?
What's the American one called?
America's Got Talent.
I knew it!
Yeah.
But you were great on the show.
Yeah, oh, thanks. I had a hard time understanding everyone, but I got to tour the country and,
Well, you ended up going out with a lovely Welsh girl as well, you
Yeah, my girlfriend is from Glynneath, and the weather is, weather's tough over there. The weather's tough everywhere. You have 2 winters over here. I mean, you have 2 summers. It's like you have winter and July.
Yeah, that's why the buttons on our shirt go all the way up to the top.
If they made Baywatch in Britain, you'd seen a lot more nipples coming through those.
I haven't watched Britain's Got Talent this year until last night. I realized that the show is exactly the same as it was last year. They just go to, like, the hospital, and it's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and they give you, the people, medication, and they send them to Britain's Got Talent.
And that's how you got the job?
It should be called Britain's Got a Dog that can stand on two legs.
It's just a dog. So we've not seen you dance, so I imagine it's something quite similar.
If I dance, countries will go to war.
Rachel, are you asking John to dance?
Definitely.
Go on then.
That wasn't dancing, John. That looks like turbulence on a flight. And you're going back to your seats, is that? Oh, sorry.
Do you watch the show, Rob?
Yeah, well, I watched The Voice, but then it went a bit downhill after the blind auditions. But Holly Willoughby, they've made her wear low-cut tops, haven't they, to get, like, the viewing figures up on The Voice. But my dad told me when I was younger that if you go to the top of the television screen and look down, right, you can see down girls' tops. It's not true.
Justin, have you been watching Britain's Got Talent?
I watched the one when you was on it, Hoff, because... Can I call you Hoff or the Hoff?
Call me the.
The. I like it every year where Simon Cowell or somebody with authority like you says, but will the Queen like it? And I've watched it for a number of years now, and I realise the Queen loves a bit of hip-hop street dance.
I mean, if the judges were honest on that show, there wouldn't be a final, would there? They just go, well, let's just give up, you know. Butlins is brilliant at the moment because all the shit acts are on telly. You go to Bognor, you can see Ian McKellen doing Hamlet.
Shall we have a look and see whether Britain's Got Talent is one of the most talked about things this week? Number 1. Yes, it's the final of Britain's Got Talent this Saturday. Right, fingers on buzzers, 2 more things to get.
The coalition and, like, local elections and all that lot.
Anything that gets relaunched is doomed. So they've relaunched the coalition this week, and the next thing is they'll rename it. It'll be like, it's not the coalition anymore. Now we are Democratas.
Yeah, they've relaunched the coalition. Which is, you know, keep relaunching something. I mean, you can relaunch puke as street pizza, couldn't you? It doesn't mean anything. And you see, Cameron was in that tractor factory in Basildon, and the best thing about it was he was doing this speech, and they've stopped the production line, and there's all these fellas who work in the factory standing around watching them. You can see in their eyes they're thinking, this doesn't count as a tea break, does it?
Well, I don't know who to vote for, because I'm like... I've got a working-class background, but my girlfriend's very middle-class. She used to be upper-class, but we're together now.
You're dragging her down, boy.
Her sister's got a boyfriend called Rupert. Rupert! I'm not having a go. It's a decent name, but I never thought I'd meet one.
The best way they could have re-established support in the nation this week is, like, slip a load of song lyrics into the Queen's speech. Because she doesn't write it, she just reads it. She'd have to go, I know for my people, money's too tight to mention. But, and it's a big but, I like big butts, and I can't... People don't, do you know what? They're all right, these guys, they're all right.
Did you used to do that in exams?
Absolutely, yeah.
We used to do that in all our exams at college, to, like, try and work lyrics and quotes from films into the thing.
It's quite hard to do with maths exams, though.
All right, Rain Man. Have you met David Cameron?
I did. I went to the Parliament and I had I just wanted to see it and met David Cameron. But who's Nick Clegg?
That is what David Cameron asked you. Right, let's see if it's up there. Yes, David Cameron and Nick Clegg relaunched the coalition this week. David Cameron attempted some political spin by claiming what you call austerity is what I might call efficiency. Sure, and what you call a government is what we might call a fucking shambles. OK, we've got one more thing to get. Fingers on buzzers. Go on, Sean.
Is it the bomb, pants bomber? The guy who had put a bomb in his underpants and he had no metal in it, which is obviously very bad news because it means now when you go through security, you've got to take your belt and your shoes off. Next, you're going to have to go onto the plane with your pants in a cellophane bag.
So this guy he was in fact a double agent, so they said, right, OK, you've got to go and blow up a plane, put these pants on and get on that plane, and then he went and gave the pants in.
I don't... So the old thing, isn't there, say, suicide bombers, the idea is if they die in the process, they go to heaven and they get 72 virgins. If that's going to be happening, the last thing you're going to be blowing up is down there first, isn't it?
My favourite fact about that is apparently it was supposed to be a mistranslation and it's not 72 virgins, it's 72 grapes. You'd be a bit fucked off, wouldn't you? You'd blow yourself up. Yeah.
You've got 72 grapes.
Grapes, white grapes. And even virgins isn't great, is it?
Give me one girl who knows what she's doing. David, what do you make of airport security? Do you mind it, or...?
I'm very happy to wait in security and go through as long as, you know, they don't ask for an autograph or a picture.
That isn't why the queue's are long, by the way.
I'm very happy with the security everywhere I go because it makes it a lot safer if we have to wait in line.
Some of your country people are not as fond of the airport security. Have a look at this.
There's all these stalkers in people I've been reading now going and getting jobs, especially in LAX and other areas, so they can grope you. Pedophilia off the charts with them, robbing people's bags, hitting on women. It's incredible. Who else wants to grab people's genitals all day? Who else wants to rub men and women's crotches? I mean, I don't care if it was Marilyn Monroe in her height of beauty, and I obviously would be attracted to a woman like that. I would be embarrassed and would not want to put my hands on her without her wanting it. I'm not a rapist. I'm not a molester. I'm not an abuser. I'm not a fondler. I don't go to parks to jump out and grab women.
Excuse me, I'm just filling out my application form. That was Alex Jones, the American shock jock.
Yeah. It's really one of those things. If you have to keep saying that, it doesn't look good. In my experience, if you have to hire a camera crew to film you going, hey, I don't jump out of parks and touch women's tits. Stop saying I do. Jesus.
But they're bringing over the the Olympic flame, aren't they, from Greece? So how annoying, that's got to obviously come on a plane. How annoyed you be when you're queuing up to get all your shampoo chucked out and someone goes past with a flaming stick? I can't take my hair gel, he's got stick on fire, mate. Surely. That's not allowed, is it?
I bet they get an aisle seat anyway.
OK, let's have a look and see if the double agent pants bomb is up there. Yes, the USA have foiled a terrorist attempt to take down a plane with a bomb hidden inside a man's underwear. I don't know how the detonator on a pants bomb works, but I really hope you get to say, pull my finger. So at the end of the round, John, Rachel and Rob have 1 point. Sean, Justin and David have 2 points. Our next round is Pick of the Poll. Sean, Justin, David, what do you like the look of?
Well, we've got a lovely picture of David there. I think we'll have to go for that, won't we?
OK, you've chosen David Hasselhoff. David, you're in the new Piranha 3 Double D movie. What's the film about? Give us the pitch.
It's about an hour and a half. And it's about piranhas that get into the pools and beautiful women, and David Hasselhoff not saving them because I'm not really a lifeguard, never have been one. And it's, I know. There's some talk of making a sequel, which I'm excited about.
What would the sequel be called?
Piranhas on a Plane.
OK, here is your related question, OK? Most people think their own nightmares are scarier than horror films. True or false?
I'm not in a horror film, but I'm in my nightmares. I don't care who dies in a horror film. I care if I die, and I think I'm in a... If someone's chasing me with a knife, I'm much more scared than I am if someone chases you with a knife. And I don't...
I mean, I know that to be true, but what was your last nightmare about?
I remember a very vivid nightmare when I was a child about me and my mum being trapped in a toilet while people were getting killed outside, but I'm not sure it's funny.
That's quite Oedipal that you're trapped in a toilet with your mum and people are getting killed outside. Are the people getting killed outside your father? Are you fighting a snake that's coming out of the toilet trying to kill your mum? And your mum's welcoming the snake. You're going, get the snake off, mummy! That's free. I'm not even charging you for that.
When you say that's free, you say that in the sense that, and now you're fixed, by the way.
Yes.
Rob, do you ever have nightmares?
When I was a kid, I used to have a weird, reoccurring nightmare that David Seaman just kept on popping up at my window. And I'd wake up before he did anything, so I never knew his motive.
OK, most people think their own nightmares are scarier than horror films.
You know, the reason horror films are so successful is so that, because girls and boys go together, it's a reason for girls to sort of get closer to boys. So if they go together, she'll go, ooh, and he can go, ooh, like that. And then, oh! And then before you know it, it's like that.
Why? There's a fish on your feet!
friend at uni took a girl on a first date to see Freddy versus Jason. And then on the way home, he bought her... Well, he didn't actually buy her. They went to KFC, but he wouldn't even treat her to the bucket.
He wouldn't even treat her to the bucket?
The KFC.
Is that...
She had to split the bucket.
He split the bucket? He didn't see a movie and then he split the bucket. Well, that sounds like...
That makes sense.
That's the rudest thing I've ever said.
Piranha 3 Double D is a sequel, isn't it? There's a Piranha film.
Yes.
Did you see that before you did 3 Double D?
Of course he didn't.
Part of it.
Hand on heart, have you seen Piranha 3 Double D?
Well, yes, I did. Yeah. I did go to the restroom at the pivotal moment of the film, and I missed that.
Oh. Is it when all the credits come up?
Yeah. No, it has something to do with a piranha and a guy, and well, there's... You can say most anything you want on these TV shows. So if I say Willie...
Well, steady on, David, steady on. There's kids still watching this.
You're saying the F word every 5 seconds.
Are you making a reference to Mr. Tinkle?
Mr. Tinkle getting his anatomy chopped off in 3D by a piranha while in the moment.
Yeah. In the moment? I can't believe you said Willie on the show. You're a cocksucker! You cocksucker! You come on our motherfucking show and you motherfucking use that word!
Don't you have people... I mean, do you not have the name Willie over here? Is there a Willie in the audience?
Oh, my God! OK, so I want answers now, John. Most people think their own nightmares are scarier than horror films. True or false? What do you think?
True.
True. Yeah. You're going to go true? What do you think, Sean?
I think that's true.
I can tell you, you're both right. It's true. 74% of people think their own nightmares are scarier than horror films. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your question. Best way to compliment a woman?
Rule number 1, never through a letterbox. Great tits!
I think the best way to compliment a woman is offer her... would you say to her, would you like to deliver the final blow to the otter?
I've stunned it. It's not going anywhere.
Would you like... Yeah, madame, the coup de grace. The coup de grace, would you like to finish off the otter? She goes, bang, the otter's dead.
I've got a girlfriend, so we don't really do compliments anymore. It's more reassurance, isn't it? Well, she worries, well, because I go, do a lot of gigs around the country. She worries about me sort of playing away, because a lot of late nights and a lot of drinking and stuff. But, and I try and reassure her with the classic Paul Newman quote, and I say to her, look, why would I go out and have a burger when I've got steak at home? But the problem is, when you're pissed, burgers are well nice. Do you know what I mean?
A very good way to compliment if you're in a long-term relationship is always wake up before your partner or your wife, right? So when she wakes up, you're just staring at her. I love that. So she wakes up like that, and then you're just there going... Did you have a good night's sleep?
It's difficult when you inherently sound sarcastic. But even if I mean it, you go, oh, you look nice.
I'll tell you what, look, John, just for the sake of it, just genuine. I mean, Rachel, you look lovely this evening, but genuinely, John, look at Rachel in the eyes and tell her she looks nice this evening. Just genuinely see if you can do it. She's a beautiful woman. Tell her she's a beautiful woman, John.
You're very...
No, John, just take a minute, John. Take a minute, just focus.
The memory bank.
Just tell her how she thinks...
There's so many women at home that will be quite excited about it.
You're a very beautiful lady.
That's honestly, you're happy with that? That's the best you could...
I mean, it's not the sort of arena I'd planned for it to happen in, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? I'm a whiner, I'm a diner. I'm a fucking whiner, I'll say that. Why is there not a round on how to compliment a man? I got needs. Why don't you look me in the eye and tell me I'm amazing?
Well, after I went to see your stand-up show, I cleaned my house a bit more.
That's the most depressing compliment I've ever had. to see you do the thing you're good at, you know, then when you show off in front of the women. I went home and I tell you what, I scrubbed that skirting board.
David, how do you compliment a woman?
I would probably just say you look like you should have been on Baywatch.
Oh. Even I'm melting. So, best way to compliment a woman?
You've lost weight?
It's not that?
I'd fuck your mother.
Tell her she's pretty.
That's the right answer, yes. Yes, the best way to compliment a woman is to tell her she's beautiful. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are John, Rachel and Rob have 3 points. Sean, Justin and David Hasselhoff have 3 points. It's a draw. Everyone's a winner. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. If you want more, tune in to AI Tank Cats Uncut on Monday. That's it from us. Good night.